Hello friends, Samuel Graham doing TCGs yet again. We've got a single box of Rosetta with fun stories behind it. So, as always in my travels, I like to find shops. So, we were in the Gulf Shores Orange Beach area, and lo and behold, there was a new shop that popped up. So I recognized the name and kind of the logo and stuff, so I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. We'll stop in there one way or the other, right? So we did indeed do that. I specifically had seen that they had a advertisement for Rosetta from last month. So I was like, okay, we'll stop in. So newer shop, said they'd been open about 6 months. But it was Kastle, Orange Beach. So now this is funny because it takes me a minute, but eventually I'm like, Kastle. That feels like a majestic first name. I've heard this. So finally, after talking to him, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. He's related to Kastle from Austin. So I was like, okay, sweet, cool. Made that connection. So going through that I was like, all right, we got that figured out. So I, bought some packs. I usually, if I buy loose packs, I open them in the car or whatever. The car pack trick, as it were. So I was joking to my wife walking to the car because I picked up a bunch of loose packs of Dynasty. I was like, I'm going to open these in the car, not be recording, and get the Fabled. And she's like, you're an idiot. No, you're not. We both have our little chuckle about that and move on. About 6 packs in, I'm in the middle of a sentence, and I have to discontinue said sentence, staring at a card. My wife says, what is that? I say, that's the Fabled. So yeah, in the car, I pulled the Fabled Command and Conquer. So that was cool. Got some other, random decent stuff as well. So we were back in the area another night. Hey, channeled Millennium Tree. We like that. So I was like, I'll stop back in again. Tell him what I pulled, and buy a few more. So I'd also bought a box of. I guess I bought the Rosetta box. This Rosetta box the first time. I'll let what the other box was be a surprise. Hey, there's our Rosetta card. So I bought a few more just random sets. A little bit of Mistveil, a little bit of a couple packs of Rosetta, and some Dusk Till Dawn. So I ended up pulling a legendary, a rainbow foil legendary, but a legendary. Ended up pulling a legendary, ended up pulling up several marvels. Just pretty good, I say several marvels. A couple marvels and just a couple other, good, surgical extraction, good majestics kind of thing. So yeah, that was pretty exciting. But then, with all that, I'm like, well, I really want to open these boxes. So here we are, opening those boxes. Do one video each for the boxes, so the other one will be along shortly. Gone in a flash, okie dokie. We don't hate that as a majestic foil. But yeah, obviously the big winner was the Command and Conquer. That was the best pull. Not as good as the Command and Conquer, but not a bad pull. There is a cold foil legendary Ether Bindings of the Third Age. Heck yeah. Alright, alright. So the owner's name was, or owner, I believe he was the owner anyway, Vince. Vince gave me good packs. Call to the grave. We're not going to be mad at that. Good Majestic. Man, we are having a good old time with this Rosetta box. That Third Age is pretty nice. Heartbeat of Candlehold, sure. We'll snuff out for another Rainbow Foil Majestic. Shoot. We're having a good old time. Let's keep the hits coming. We're past the halfway point, but only barely. We quite definitively have our cold foil. And a strong yield. We do have a strong yield, as it would happen. 2 Rainbow Foil Majestics, a Cold Foil Legendary, and a few good Majestics already. We still got a quarter of the box left. It could be a really boring time. Unsheathed, that's not boring. We like that. I mean, we like any of our expansion slot Majestics, don't we? So we are rocking and rolling. Goodness. And these are paper packs. So we are looking at Belgium print, which have been a little bit wilder, I would say, in my limited experience. The Japanese print boxes have seemed to be a little bit more consistent as far as how many hits there were, and the Belgium prints have kind of been off the wall. There's a crawler for us. Another expansion slot Majestic. How's about that? I think I've pulled more of that than anything else, which is funny. Cut through the facade, sure thing. This is a really good box, actually. Like, I'm looking at what, 5 packs left, including this one. If I don't pull anything else, I'm happy with what I've already seen. We don't hate this at all. Just kind of incredible. I don't usually like just buying a random box, unless, especially if I'm not relatively familiar with my surroundings. But here we are. I am learning that on occasion it is quite okay to make an exception. Exploding ether. And into the last pack. Proving myself right. Didn't pull in nothing else. I was still happy with what I already had. Yep. I mean, let's look at, what's that? 7 Majestics, Facade, Web Crawler, Unsheathed, Heartbeat, Call to the Grave, Channel, Arc Lightning, all pretty good. Gone in a flash and snuff out 2 pretty dang good foil Majestics and a cold foil legendary Ether Bindings of the Third Age. Y'all, that's pretty much a banger of a box. That was pretty winny, I would say. I hope you enjoyed seeing me open it. Again, that is Game Kastle with a K, Orange Beach. just a fun spot. Really pretty view out, like they're in a wharf marina area. So you got a really pretty view out to the bay behind them, where the boats pull out from. Just a really neat spot. A lot of gaming area, a really good selection. Random stuff too. I noted, like the old Star Trek, like the FASA, for anyone who's familiar with what that is, like the old Star Trek RPG, the old Star Trek tabletop starship war game, the Fleet Command, Starfleet Battles, I think it's Starfleet Battles, yeah, that the computer game Starfleet Command was loosely based on. Stuff like that, like really neat selection of a lot of different stuff, a lot of Flesh and Blood, a little bit of sorcery, Star Wars Unlimited, Magic, just a pretty neat selection and a good thought process behind it. Talking about how he just wanted to try and have the product that everybody wanted, and if somebody asked for it, he'd at least get a little bit and try it out and see what happened, which is a kind of refreshing attitude, I feel like, with a lot of stores lately, getting burned by different things and kind of getting skittish about trying something else. I thought that was neat to have somebody who was willing to, we'll give it a whirl. Yeah, well, I'll try that for you. I thought that was pretty neat. So again, Game Kastle, Orange Beach. Vince, good dude. I will be back the next time I'm in that area. So I look forward to that. In the meantime, I'm back home, cracking more cards. Enjoy. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, y'all.